Bourbon, belts, blockbusters. You are listening to the Triple B podcast. Let's fucking go.
Welcome back to the Triple B podcast, Bourbon, Belts, and Blockbusters. This is a bonus episode. We are covering Saturday night's main event. And right now we're going to go right through the predictions. Ryan's out this weekend, so it's just going to be me, good old TJ. Let's get right to it. So, predictions. Zelina Vega versus Chelsea Green for the U.S. Women's Championship. So, I don't think there's any way that Zelina loses this title this quickly. I would love for Chelsea Green to take the title back. I thought she was an amazing U.S. Women's Champion. I just don't think Zelina Vega is living up to the hype. But I, again, don't believe that Zelina is going to lose the title. So, Zelina Vega over Chelsea Green. Next up, Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre in the cage. This feud has been awesome. I feel like this cage match is going to be off the charts. I'm hoping it lives up to the hype. And I think that Damian Priest finally gets that win over Drew McIntyre. Drew seems to have the upper hand in this feud, obviously leading up into this point. I think it's time that Damian Priest gets that win. Whether this is the final chapter or not, they're kind of playing it as it is. I would say Damian Priest takes this. Next up, CM Punk and Sammy versus Seth and Braun. I really think that Seth and Braun is going to win this. I don't think there's any way you can just stop this momentum this early. I love the team of CM Punk and Sami Zayn, but really, it's going to be Seth and Braun getting the win. Could we see some shenanigans like Sammy turning heel? I know we've been talking about that on previous episodes. Could it finally happen here? Maybe not. Maybe will. Who knows? Next up, R-Truth versus John Cena. I feel like this match should be really good. The build up to it, obviously it's only 2 weeks, but there's a lot of history between the two. Again, I said it on the episode, but I really think that John Cena has a lot of respect for R-Truth. That is why he picked him in this. I don't think it's going to be like a 5-star match, but I definitely think it's going to be good. They got some depth to this story. I'm going to say that John Cena wins, obviously. It's hopefully doing some big heel move to make this heel run feel bigger. But obviously, you can't have the real champ lose here. Lastly, we got Jey Uso versus Logan Paul for the World Heavyweight Championship. I think main event Jey Uso wins this match. I don't think there's any chance of him losing this title. There is a lot going into this match where, you got Seth in play, you got Gunther at play, but I don't think that plays out in this match. But I think Jey Uso wins this one. All right, guys, that's the predictions. I'm going to go watch the show. I'll be back post-show to give my thoughts and talk about what's possibly next and give you my 3 bells rating. All right, I'm back from watching the show and want to go quickly over the results and my quick thoughts and what might be coming up next, and also my 3 bells rating. So, let's go in order of what happened in the show. We opened up with CM Punk and Sami Zayn versus Seth and Braun. Just like I predicted, Seth and Braun won, but we did not see a Sami heel turn. And now, really looking back at it, I don't think that's going to happen, obviously, with what happened tonight. But just the actions leading to it, I can see where, that's kind of a dumb idea. Sami has been very, violent towards these two. So why is he going to all of a sudden join? And it really kicked off in the ring. Overall, pretty solid match, but the big surprise was Big Bronson Reed is back now. So We got a faction of 3 guys and Paul Heyman now. I think Bronson Reed fits perfectly well with this. He obviously has a big history with Seth, and it was a violent history, but Seth is a forgiver and forgetter, I guess. So welcome to the Team Bronson Reed. It was cool to see the Tsunami back in action. I love that move. Bronson Reed is just such an athletic guy, so it's good to see him back and healthy. Excited to see where this goes coming up on Raw. Next up, we had Zelina Vega versus Chelsea Green for the U.S. Women's Championship. And just like I predicted, Zelina Vega won. This match wasn't too great of anything. It was pretty short considering things, and it kind of was just choppy, a little bit choppy, and it looks like Zelina Vega messed up the 619 and busted open Chelsea Green's nose. But got a cool, what do you call it, the code red off the top rope or second rope there, and gets the win. Retains the U.S. Women's Championship, so I guess that just puts Chelsea Green to the back of the line, and we'll see a fresh feud for the U.S. Women's Championship. Next up, we got John Cena versus R-Truth. I honestly thought that this match would be either the second to last match or the last match, so I was kind of surprised to see it here in the middle of the show. But John Cena wins this one in a very, very quick match. It was John Cena coming out first. Nothing special there, but then R-Truth comes out to John Cena's music, dressed up, decked out as the John Cena we knew, grew up loving. On his shirt, it did say Ron Cena, which I thought was super funny. It was a quick match, but it was a lot of fun at the same time. Again, John Cena pulls some heel tactics here. He tries to use the belt, gives it to the ref, and then while the ref is putting the title to the outside, John Cena goes for the low blow, and the FU closes out the match. Again, felt like this match was too quick. I definitely thought there was going to be a bigger match to this. I thought it would be a little bigger than that. So very, very interesting to see how that played out. But I guess what was more interesting about this was the interaction John Cena has with Jey Uso in the back. They brought up the Royal Rumble and how Jey eliminated John Cena. Then he goes on and talks about how Jey has all the pressure on him because John Cena is going to take this title with him when he retires, and Jey Uso has the potential to lose to a YouTube wrestler, and that would ruin wrestling. He just continues to go with this ruining wrestling, and I thought that was a cool thing, so excited to see where that might go. Next up, we got Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre in the cage match. I thought Damian Priest would win this, and sure as hell, he did. This was not the greatest cage match. Again, it just felt like this whole show was rushed, but we'll get into that more. But overall, decent match for sure. You could definitely feel the hate between these two, and we get Damian Priest doing a concerto and walking out the cage. Just walking out the cage. The best part of this match was Jesse Ventura, who was on commentary, was blasting Damian Priest for walking out the cage and saying how nonchalant it was, how bad that looks, and could not agree more. I doubt Jesse Ventura gets on commentating again because he would not let that go. I thought, honestly, probably my highlight of the show because I think it is one of the dumbest rules that you can leave out the door for the cage match. Obviously, it's very insulting that he could take that much time to walk out the cage and win the match, but at the same time, it's just climb over the cage or pin or submit in the middle of the cage. But come on, walking out the door is such a cheap cop-out. So agree with Jesse. thought that was a great touch to commentary. We'll see if he's invited back again, because it definitely didn't feel like he should be just going on and on and on about that. Finally, we got Jey Uso versus Logan Paul for the World Heavyweight Championship to close out the night. Predicted that Jey Uso would win this match, and Jey Uso for sure did, but there was some shenanigans in this match. So overall, decent match. Went pretty quick, but the big thing was John Cena comes out, pulls the referee out, goes after Jey Uso, and looked like we were about to get Logan Paul winning the title. And then we get a returning Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes is back, and he takes out John Cena and sets it up for Jey Uso to win the match. And then to close out the show, we got Cody Rhodes saying we're in Rhodes territory, and that there is a tag team match at Money in the Bank. It's going to be Cody and Jey versus John Cena and Logan Paul. It'll be interesting to see Logan Paul working with John Cena, but damn, he's getting the ultimate rub working with the GOAT there. So that's some exciting news to come out of this going into the Money in the Bank. So tallying up the predictions, went 5 for 5. I think it was a very predictable evening of who was going to win these matches, with the exception of maybe Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest. Definitely would have loved some different directions in this, but pretty predictable night. So 5 for 5 on this. Going into my quick thoughts on the show, felt like it was another rushed night. This is the third Saturday night's main event, and I think that they do a good job hyping you up for the show to make it feel bigger than it actually is gonna be. Did the show have some surprises? Yes, we got Bronson Reed coming back. We got John Cena interfering in the World Heavyweight title match, and then a returning Cody Rhodes. So that was cool to see. But overall, I feel like these shows are too rushed. You're following the same format as a PLE, but you're only getting 2 hours versus the 3+ hours that you would give a normal PLE. So all the matches felt rushed. I thought there was some good build-up to these matches, and thought it could have just played out a little better with a little length. What's next? Obviously, we got a tag team match at Money in the Bank. So again, that sets Jey Uso up to face Gunther at that June 9th show on Raw. So it doesn't look like he'll be defending the title between now and then. We got a new member joining the Seth Rollins group. Want to see how that's going to play out. Do Braun and Bronson team up and take on the tag team champions? I think that would be a cool way to get this group some gold around their waist. And then, other than that, I'm just excited to see Zelina move on to the next challenger. See how everything will play out. Lastly, just go over the 3 Bells rating. I'm going to give it a 1.2. A 1.2. Again, it was just my expectations seem to be so high for these shows, and then it kind of comes down to reality. So I'm going to give it a 1.2. I just don't think it was just over the top. I think, again, the matches were too short for what they were putting into these stories. So especially the R-Truth and John Cena match, I thought that deserved a little more time, but you can only do so much with 2 hours of TV. So 1.2, not terrible. It's not the worst show I've ever seen. But that's it for Saturday night's main event.
Let's fucking go.